Welcome back. My name is Buckley Griffiths and I'm an artist with the Center for Creative Education. I'm a world percussionist. I've been playing drums and percussion instruments from all over the world for many, many years. Today we're going to play some samba. Samba is a genre of music that comes from Brazil with roots in West Africa. And the samba traditions are a lot of fun. They're a music that is often played as people march down the street in celebrations, such as Carnaval in Brazil. So the tradition would involve maybe 150 people drumming together with the same number of dancers marching in a parade. So you might have 20 or 30 people playing this drum and another 30 playing another kind of drum, and it's very loud and exciting. The first rhythm that we're going to start with is on this drum called tambourine. This is the high drum. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the rhythm, and then I'd like you to listen and copy the rhythm with the instruments you have at home. Here we go. Rumble. So the next rhythm we're going to play is going to be on this drum called repinku. I'll play it, do the same thing, listen, and then join me with your instrument at home. Now we're going to play the bell. This bell is called the agogo bell. Here's the rhythm. Now for this one you'll need an instrument that has two sounds, a high and a low sound. Here we go. Okay, now the fourth and final rhythm that we're going to play together today is on the bass drum. This bass drum is called surdo. And this is a tougher part. I'm going to show this to you in 3 steps. What makes it hard are the muted hits. To mute a drum means you put your hand on it and hit it. Okay, so the first step is this. I'm going to show it to you and then you do it with me at home. When we mute it, we call it closed when we hit it like this, and then we play open like that. So here we're going to play closed, open, closed, open. Okay, second step. We're going to play 2 closed hits and 1 open hit. Okay, before we do the third step, we're going to practice something. This is the hardest part. It's an open and then a closed hit very close to each other. It goes like this. Try that. Okay, so I'm going to go back to the second step. I'm going to start there, and then I'm going to add the last hit. Here we go. Okay, now we're going to put all those parts together, and here's where it gets really exciting and tough to play. So we're going to start with the bell, and then we're going to play the high drum and the low drum and then the bass drum. And what I want you to do is choose which rhythm you want to play along with, and then follow that when you hear me play it, and you'll be able to hear the rest of the rhythms at the same times. I also want to remind you that there are some strategies that can help you stay with the rhythm. At first, try to listen only to the part you're playing. You'll hear the rest, but focus your attention on the part that you're playing. You can get that by listening, and you can get that by watching me do the part you're playing. Secondly, if you lose it, stop and start again. You don't have to rewind the video to the beginning of this section, but just let the music continue, stop, and then join me again as many times as it takes. And you may want to rewind and try this several times. All right, so here we go. 1, 2, ready, and... So I hope you've enjoyed playing the different samba rhythms with those videos. Now we have a special video clip for you from Brazil, and this is going to show you a big samba band playing together and marching in the celebration down in Brazil. Okay, now we're going to play another set of samba rhythms. This rhythm is based on the chant that you heard in the video. And one thing that's a lot of fun to do with this is to chant it and then clap along with it. So we'll start with that, and then we're going to play that rhythm on the bass drum. So if you like, you can keep chanting it while you're playing, and that's a really great idea to help you stay focused on the rhythm. And then you can decide to stop chanting and just drum, but that's up to you. So with the instruments that you found at home, pick the deepest sound, the lowest sound, maybe a bucket or even a garbage can if you have one of those. That would be a lot of fun for this rhythm. Okay, so as I said, I'm going to start with the chanting and clapping, and then I'm going to play the exact same rhythm on the sordu, this bass drum right here. Here we go. Yo oh 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 oh. Yo oh 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 oh. Okay, now we're going to play the bell part, the agogo bell. And this would be a great part to play with any instrument that you found that has two sounds, either two different size pots or anything where you have a low and a high sound. Here it is. Okay, this is the tambourine part, or the high drum. Remember, the smaller the drum, the higher the sound it makes. So for this part, we're going to be doing a double hit on the upbeat. To make it easier at first, I'm going to give you the pulse with these bells. So while you're listening to this, we'll play the drum part on the drum, and it kind of goes back and forth. I'll play it with the pulse, then I'll stop the pulse, and you can try it like that. Okay, this is the snare drum part. This is a really fun part in the rhythm, and I want to point out to you that what we're going to do is play the rhythm and then there's a rest. A rest in music is silence. So you're going to hear that I will play it and then I'll rest. Now I'll play it again and I'll rest. And you want to copy it the same way I'm doing it at home. Here we go. Okay, now we're going to do the hepanike part, and this is the medium drum. Played the high, now this is the medium drum. And I'm going to do this part kind of the way I did the high drum part, where I'm going to play the pulse for part of it on the bells, and then I'm going to drop out so you can hear the part by itself. So remember, when you're playing this at home, you only need to play the part I'm doing on the drum. You don't need to copy, you don't need to include the bell part. Okay, so here's the pulse. Now we're going to layer the rhythms one after the next. So watch and play along with the rhythm you're playing. Yo, oh, 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 oh. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you have a great day. Bye.